So yes, says Silas. Jin says yes. Got more than what I wanted to know, says Akshay. Bhargav says yes. Wow, a lot of yes coming in right now. That's fantastic. So I think we probably did a decent job today so far, Karen. So I think we'll ensure have more Q&A session to be addressed as well. So moving forward, guys in the audience, if you are also one of those very determined and very eager to go for a master's and probably get the best admits in USA right now, we'd be very glad to help you out and get you the right assistance you need. So do let me know how can GRE help you in this process before we jump to the Q&A session. But in the meantime, I want to ask a very important question to Karen. Karen, the old concept of learning tracker, admission tracker, and the concept of SFA. What is your feedback on this completely? How was your overall experience with GREH?
Oh, overall experience. Yeah, it was a really nice experience. It helped in, I don't know, it solved all my problems. I didn't have to bother seeing which universities had what I wanted. I was interested in the thesis-based masters in data science. So then I didn't have to go through like so many universities and see if they had the thesis-based masters option. Would I be able to convert it to a PhD? Did they have any, like what is the professor's profiles? Everything was provided to me on a platter. So like every university, a link to the faculty profile, a link to the research work being done, ranking, everything. So yeah, all my problems, like I didn't have any problems as such. SOP also, like after answering the questionnaire, I knew what I needed to write. So I prefer drafting it myself. But other questions helped me a lot in understanding what I needed to put on the SOP. There's the personal history statement also. So that also the questionnaire was really nice. I mean, at the end of it, I felt like I knew myself a little better. So yeah, and the learning tracker also really useful. So I had a fixed schedule. I'm a very lazy person in general. So yeah, so since I had a fixed schedule, I had to do that. Otherwise, I would do things last minute. So yeah, that helped a lot. And the mock interviews also, that also helped. In so what happened for my visa interview? I didn't tell this. So since I already had a visa previously, F1 visa for USC, the interviewer was really confused. He thought I had done my undergraduation at USC. So he started asking me questions on undergraduation and how come I had a visa. So I kind of got a little nervous, but then the flow resumed to the normal on finances and what I intend to do after my master's.
Okay. All right. I hope that gives a very conclusive understanding for us as well personally in terms of learning. Definitely. Thank you for that, Karen. In the meantime, guys, I see a lot of people asking in terms of what program would Karen join on, what can I have a PDF of Karen's study plan, etc. If you are one of those looking very serious and very genuinely about preparing for GRE or admissions at this point of time, just type in GRE in your chat box and send it to me. I'll share a link privately with you guys. Okay. Just open that link in any of the browsers that you have, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, or Internet Explorer for that matter of fact. Okay. Okay, I might not be able to share it privately, but I'm trying to do that. So if you are, just go to that link right now. There'll be a place where you can fill your name, email ID, and your phone number right now. If you're already part of GRE, it's different, but for the people who not yet joined or not have much understanding, but is looking for more and more information, more value, or in fact, more offers on premium GRE and admission counseling programs, I've shared a link privately with you guys. I hope you're able to see it. So Vivek, Drishti, Sai Pramod, Harshita, are you guys able to see the link in the chat box? I've shared that link in the chat box or the question box available on your screen. Just click on that link or copy paste that link in any of your browsers right now. There'll be a place where you can fill your name, email ID, and your phone number. Okay. So if you fill your name, email ID, and your phone number, you will be able to avail a call with one of our student counselors here at GREH who will help you set the right timeline, right pace of your preparations. And the best part, you might also be able to avail exclusive offers on premium GRE and admission counseling programs right now. So if you are interested, do ensure that you start filling in your name, email ID, and your phone number. I already see about 60-70 guys having filled in your details in that link. So if anybody is interested, do ensure you fill that. In fact, today is the last day to avail 50% offer on the Rapid GRE Pro program. So if you're interested, just go ahead, fill in your details. We can then resume the seminar as we move forward, where we're going to have an exclusive Q&A session before we run out of time. But in the meantime, do ensure that you fill in your details, guys. So one question from me, Karen, is that so September, you have September 17 you're flying?
Yes, I'm flying on September 17.
Right. So how is your program structured like? Do you have any idea about that?
So it's the quarter system, and I need to complete 9 courses. 5 need to be pertaining to my division, so computer science, and the other 4 can be elective, so I can take undergraduate courses in that and courses from other departments. So once I'm done with those 9 4-unit courses, I'm done with my MS.
Wow. So you
I
have the
think I
flexibility of.
I have the flexibility of finishing it off fast. Like most people finish it, I think in 4 5 quarters. I think 5 quarters. In summer, they usually do an internship, and then the last quarter, I'm not sure if it's just 1 quarter or 2 quarters, but like I can do the thesis option or I can do a project, something like that.
All right, wonderful. I hope that answers your question. All right, so I think we can move forward to the Q&A session. Again, still a lot of people saying that to find the link, guys. For the guys not able to find the link, can you just open the chat box and just type in GRE one more time so that none of you miss out on this? Because I understand a lot of people looking for specific plans, etc. So if that's the case, I'll just share that link one last time with you guys. Just try to go to this link. If not, just see. I have a question from Krupa. Krupa wants to know which university have you enrolled at, Krupa? She is currently going for UCLA. That's one of the dream universities. In fact, why not, right? So Mayank Gupta's first question to you, Karen, today is that how were GREH full-length adaptive tests in comparison to the actual GRE?
Oh, difficulty level wise. Okay, Mayank, I guess it's comparable. I'm not sure though, because my final verbal section was pretty bizarre.
As in
It
the full-length
depends.
test.
Yeah, compared to the real test. And then they also had the power prep. Like when you register for GRE, you get 2 free mock tests. I felt that was maybe easier than the actual GRE. I'm not sure. It depends on the luck. I know people who got like 3 quant sections and 2 verbal sections. So then those are really lucky people if quant is their strong point. Then verbal also, like depending on which section gets selected. Even if you do get 3 sections, if my first 2 sections were selected, it would have been a better deal compared to getting the last 2 sections selected. So I can't really, I don't know. But yeah, it's comparable. You can totally answer. Go ahead and answer all the mock tests you can possibly get.
All right. So I hope that addresses your question, Mayank. Now, Vivek has a question for you. How many days did you take for your GRE preparations?
I enrolled in the 45-day study program on August 1st, but I had installed apps from other coaching things, and I was learning words for a long time, but at random, like I'd randomly play some games like and learn words, like some flashcard thingy. And I'd also enrolled for coaching for at one point I wasn't sure if I was interested in GRE, GMAT or CAT, so I enrolled with some other coaching institute, and they also had like study material related to GRE. So that went on for 1 year, but I wasn't really serious. I was just attending classes and not really following up.
Okay. So how was the difference when it comes to the GREH portal? What was the difference that made you get more serious about preparation?
So as I said, as the deadline comes nearer, I get more serious. So I recommend fixing your date fast. I didn't really fix my date till I was like well into the thing, and I booked my GRE and TOEFL date. So book it early, so you know, like, okay, fine, my exam is on this date, and I'm going to work hard and be ready before that date. And yeah, answer as many mock tests as you possibly can. I didn't do that. So that really helps, and your score really improves a lot. The more mock tests you give, the better off you'll be during your actual examination. So finish preparations like maybe 15-20 days before, and just go ahead and give like 3 mock tests a day. Just go for it.
All right. So the next question, wow, a lot of questions that we have in today's webinar. What is your intention when you go for a master's? Are you looking for jobs later? Are you looking for research as your primary motive?
So after my master's, I want some industrial exposure. So I do not want to go into research directly without knowing what's happening in the real world. Like research is a lot of theory, right? You don't really know. Like I want some practical experience first. So I'll work in the industry for a couple of years, maybe at max 5 or something. And then I want to do a PhD. And finally, I want to settle down as a professor, like teaching and doing research.
All right, wonderful. I think that's a very clear plan that you have in mind. Now, Asta Srivastava has a question for you. Do you have any suggestions for AWA in particular, since you have 5 in AWA?
AWA, I prepared a lot. Wait, let me see. So AWA, there's the issue type and the argument what? Okay, argument type. So yeah, the argument essay and the issue essay. So for the argument essay, I remember we needed to have, like, basically, if you have a good structure and if everything flows nicely, then you'll be able to impress the person who's reading it. And like, there should be a good conclusion and there should be a good introduction. So in the argument essay, basically, they'll give a paragraph, you read through it, and whatever they say in the paragraph, you just have to contradict it. You're not supposed to agree to it at all. So in the beginning, you can say, so this is what the author is trying to say, and then you can list out the points, and then you can say, but I beg to differ. Then you can start, like, in the next paragraph. Firstly, contradict one of his points he has stated. Secondly, contradict another point. Thirdly, contradict another point. Like, try to find as many contradictions as you possibly can to what he has stated. And then finally conclude by saying, in conclusion, citing all the above points, I would like to say that whatever the author has stated has been proved to be false. And yeah, something like that. So there should be a flow. And in the issue type of essay, you can either agree or disagree. So take a standpoint. So in the first paragraph, you can say that this is what has been said, and I agree. Then you can, in the next paragraph, you can talk about how the current situation has come about. Like, if it's something to do with some people believe that technology will cause humans to become dumb or something like that, then you can talk about why probably this standpoint was reached. What do you agree or disagree to it? Then talk about how technology has influenced us in the current times. And then in the next few paragraphs, if you support it, then state all instances you can possibly find to support the argument. And you can also, the person also can have counter arguments. So you can think of possible counter arguments to your argument the person will have and deny, like, contradict it. So try to support your point even from the other side. And then finally conclude saying, yes, this is why I believe, blah, blah, whatever, like that.
All right. I hope that this is
you.
I think I think that kind of gives a lot of clarity, Karen. Asta, I hope that answered your question. Moving forward, the next most common question I'm able to see from the audience is that I think is little about away from the scope of the webinar, but let me pick up some question that is more relevant that everybody can ask. Okay. Okay. Is materials provided in the for quant in the learning tracker enough to get a score of 165 plus?
Yeah, I think, yeah, it's definitely enough. I mean, I refer to that material itself. I don't know if, since I like mathematics, somehow, somewhere, something influenced me, but I didn't refer to anything else for quant. Except, oh yeah, they did send me additional study material, but that's again GRE material, and you can ask them.
All right. So the next one is Dinesh has a question. What about your motivation letter? Is there any motivation letter that you wrote?
Are you referring to the, Dinesh, are you referring to the personal history statement or the statement of purpose? Oh, statement of purpose? Okay.
Yes.
Wait, what was the question again, Dinesh?
Hey, I think, Dinesh, you can just follow up on the question, just be a little more elaborate. Now, in the meantime, okay, a lot more questions. Wow. I'm not able to pick up the right questions here. Okay. Which master's program did you get admit in UCLA?
Oh, I got into the master's in computer science program.
Master's in computer science. All right. Mayank Gupta, a little hard question, but I think I'll have to take it out. What do you think are the reasons that you might have not got admit from Stanford, and what do you think students should do for admit like that?
So I personally do not know anyone in computer science who got into Stanford. I know some AAA and I think someone from EC, I'm not sure, who got into Stanford. So I just think that it's really, really difficult. So you have to have an amazing profile, maybe have a lot of publications and recommendations from really amazing professors, probably have internships, a lot of internships abroad. I don't know, things like that. So there, your practical experience probably matters a lot more than just CGPA and GRE TOEFL. All
right. I think with that, I think we come to the end of today's seminar. In fact, I've exceeded the time slot here. Karen, first of all, thank you so much for your valuable time. I think you've been a doll and given us a lot of good information. And I really, really wish you all the best and for your GRE and journey ahead for your master's, Karen.
Thank you so much, and thank you everyone for attending the seminar. I hope you all answer well. Keep calm, study hard, just stay calm on your exam and don't get emotional. Yeah.
All right, wonderful. So guys in the audience, I hope you found the webinar to be informative and helpful so far. And we're gonna end the webinar on this note and get started with the next up. So far, I hope you found this to be informative, guys. And I wish each one of you all the best in your GRE and admissions journey ahead. I hope GRE can help you make your MSc in US dream a reality. And if you'd like to contact us, the number is on the screen, 988-445-3276. WhatsApp us or call us. We'll be very happy to help you out. And do share your feedback on the webinar right away in the chat box. And before you go, until we see you in the upcoming webinars, this is Vishnu and Karen signing off. A very good evening and take care, guys.
Bye-bye.